Alright, so what's the deal, folks? So quickly becoming one of myself and my wife's favorite shows. She is not she's not in right now. She is actually out of town, and that's the reason why she's not in any of my reviews as of late. But If Loving You Is Wrong, season 2, I think this is episode 4 if I'm not mistaken. On the end of last week's episode, you had the two guys fighting, of course. You had Brad firing off shots, trying to shoot Marcie's husband, and I get, like, I'm not great with names, so you have to excuse me, but if you watch the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, in this, to start off this episode, they arrest Marcie's husband, put him in the back of the cop car, and the goal is to attempt to frame him and attempt to make the gun that Brad had be Marcie's husband's gun. If my wife was here, she'd be shouting out names and I would get it, what the names were actually. But anyway, I digress. They take him to a wooded area, and the crooked ass cop Edward makes him get down on his knee, and he kind of hits him a couple times, and then Marcie's husband says something to the degree as, "I wish you would let me out of these cuffs and I'll fuck you up," basically. He lets him out of the cuffs, and Marcie's husband punches him like 3-4 times in the face, and then Edward pulls a gun and sticks it in his face. Now the African American cop, who's, like, if you follow me, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The black dude, who's the cop, pulls the gun and stops Edward from killing Marcie's husband. Marcie's husband leaves and goes running through the wooded area back home. Now there's a whole confrontation between Edward and the African American cop, and that segment kind of leads into Marcie attempting to sell her home to this couple, but she's disguising it as if some other person is going to be selling the home. Now from there, you see a confrontation where Marcie's husband calls Alex. Alex comes out into the backyard, and there's like a 3-way meeting because Marcie comes in, and you have all of them kind of face to face in the backyard. I will have this episode up on my blog as soon as possible for everybody that's wondering. But yeah, it's man, I'm not at, like, people ask me about being Mary Jane. I'm just not interested. My wife was I pretty much, you have to understand this, I watch the shows that my wife watches pretty much. If my wife isn't watching it, 9 times out of 10 I'm not gonna watch it either. I'll peek over it, but I like this show a lot more than Being Mary Jane. Being Mary Jane is not interesting to me. This show is more interesting to me, maybe because there's a lot of the storylines are fast and they're easy to pick up, whereas Being Mary Jane, you really have to be watching it to know what the fuck is going on at that particular time. So the big shocker is during the previews for next week's show, where they show Marcie attempting to have sex with Brad, and I don't know how that's, I don't think Brad is going to do it. I really don't think Brad is that type of person, but I can totally see Edward taking advantage of that situation because he's a fucking creep. But yeah, crazy. Make sure you subscribe, man. Make sure you swing by the Facebook group, Best Shows on TV. The link is down in the description. Yeah, let me know what you thought about tonight's show. Peace.